This is Shelby back with the V-Tek 300. This video is being made specifically for the guys running the Denker and the Barber tournaments because I'm going to be donating a bunch of clocks to the Denker, Barber, and GIT, and they wanted to see how it is to program and to have to make adjustments as tournament directors. Now, center buttons select, right buttons up, left buttons down. We're going to create a new setting for the time control that they use for the Denker and the Barber, which is a game 90 30-second increment. Turn the clock on, center button. We want to create a new time control, so use left or right button, find time controls, select, create new, select. When asked how many phases, that's how many controls are in the game. This game has one control or phase. Select center button. It's a game in 90. So we select 90 by holding the right or left button down. It goes up by 10. If you go past it, you can always go back when the number is correct. Center button. Time delay, no. Increment, it says no, but we have to change it to yes. And when that's correct, center button. Time is 30 seconds. And then it says game 90, increment 30. This is where we decide if we want to play and not save it, or save it, or edit it. Me, I don't like having to reprogram every time, so I always save. When I save, it goes to here. Let's say we want to play our first game, hit the center button, and then one person starts the clock. You notice our lights are green. Lights are green because green means go. A lot of clocks use red. Red is stop. We actually have lights that change color. When you're playing, they're green. Let's say this side, made an illegal move. You would stop the clock by pressing it once. You notice it even says pause for those people who can't understand that the light is red and the clock's not moving. Now, let's say the tournament director comes over, figures out the guy on this side made an illegal move and needs to add 2 minutes to the left side. Usually a tournament director would have to write down the amount of time on each clock and then go in. Hopefully he knows how to do it and have to fumble his way through it. Our clock's pretty easy. Hold the center button down. You'll notice the light turns blue. That's in tournament director mode. Now, we want to add 2 minutes. So we add 2 minutes. And then we cycle through till both lights turn blue. Actually, we added 3 minutes for some reason. We have to adjust that. We're supposed to only add 2 minutes. Cycle through. And when that is correct, hold the center button down. You'll go back to the pause screen. Hit it once more. And there you go. Game starts again. Now, to reset, double click the center button. And then left button 5 times. Now, in navigating the clock, if you want to go backwards, hold the center button and click the left button. Now, I want to show you guys some of the cool things that this does. If you go back into time controls, you notice we have our global list. Our global list is the presets. We have 39 different presets in here. What we did is we went through the USCF magazine and found the most used time controls out there. They're broken down into bullet games, which are up to 3 minutes, short games, which are 5 minutes to 30 minutes, long games, which are 40 minutes to 2 hours, and then we have multi-phase, which is dual time controls. Alrighty, we also have what we call our recents list. Our recents list is where we save the last 9 settings that the clock has been used for. We have our favorites list, which if you go back and back, our favorites list, if you choose that, it saves 20 settings. You can save up to 20 settings. But to go back, we're going to go time controls, recent list. And as you cycle through here, I've only programmed this clock since it was reset to 2 different controls, game 40, delay 5, and a game 90, increment 30. And in the recents list, you can actually have the last 9 settings. Now, some cool aspects to this clock. let's go to Preferences. In our Preferences folder, we have V-Day mode, increment mode, time format, buzzer, flag alarm, about, reset. Now, what V-Day mode is let's say you're playing in a V-Day rated tournament and you cannot have move counters or stuff of the sort. You would click center button to choose, turn V-Day mode on, which turns move counters off. In the increment mode, you can choose between Bronstein or Fisher. In the United States, most everybody uses Fisher, so that's the default. And time format, what the time format is a lot of people like to see the tenths of seconds when they get under a certain time. If you choose the time format, you can choose it for under a minute, you can turn it off, or you can even set it for as long as 60 minutes. Me, personally, I don't like to have the tenths of seconds on, so I'm just going to take it all the way back down to 0. Now, we also have buzzer. That means the clock will make noise. We have that as a default where the buzzer's off. Flag alarm, same thing. Now, one of the new functions we also offer is the last game. It doesn't need to be used that much, but as a tournament director, this is a very important thing. Especially in a lot of kids tournaments and even some of the money tournaments. Somehow the clock will magically turn off or get reset and the person that's sitting at the board goes, oh my God, I don't know what happened. That's why we put this last game in. What the last game is, what it actually reads what the last game was played and where it was stopped. So let's say the clock turns off and all of a sudden they go, oh my God, I don't know what happened. You can come over, go to the last game part, and go, oh, it's right here. Let's just click the center button. It goes to pause, and oh, it was the guy on this side's turn. Let's start the game back up. No more guessing, no more trying to figure out, oh my God, who had more time? It's to make life easier. Now turn it off, double click. Hopefully that helps, and I will have more videos. We will have our beta test program running end of next week. So send me your emails to get into the beta test program at americanchesseq@yahoo.com. Make sure in your subject line saying, I want to be a beta tester. And in the email, you have to give us your phone number, email address, which hopefully it should be there since you're sending me an email, how long you've been playing. The beta test program is only going to be 2 to 3 weeks. At the end of the beta test program, you're going to be asked to fill out a form, what you liked, what you didn't like. This is what I want to see on there. This is what I didn't understand why it was there. And hopefully we can get this clock to market middle of August. So thanks for showing up and talk to you soon.